Hello friends, it's Johnny Hunkins at Popular Hot Rodding Magazine, and today we're here at Outlaw Motorsports in Riverside, and we're with our 68 Nova project. Today we're going to actually do a little bit of sheet metal fabrication. When we put our Morrison roll bar in, we kind of had to discard our package tray. We got the bars going down there, and it's kind of a shame. It's a mess in there. So basically, we ordered up some parts from Eastwood, some tools. We've got some snips here. We got some shears, left and right hand center cut shears. We've got some Clecos, and we've got a bead roller. So basically what we're going to try to do is some stuff like this. This Mustang race car is one of the cars that Ron Estjen here at Outlaw Motorsports is working on, and he's a real adept at doing some of the sheet metal work that you're going to see us do today. So we're going to show you how it's done, and we're going to use some tools from Eastwood that you can use at home to do it yourself.
But before you start, you want to make some really good measurements here, the depth and width of the pieces that you want to fabricate, and that's what Ron's doing right now before starting.
To start out, you need some cold rolled steel stock, and Ron's got some 30 thousandths thick 26 gauge steel, and he's already taken some measurements off the package tray. He's just transferring them onto the steel. If you're going to cut metal, you need to have some shears, and we're using the Eastwood 3-piece aviation tin snip set for $24.99, which has left, right, and center cutting shears. Ron's using Eastwood's throatless shear for $180 here to cut the back of the package tray along the windshield. It's kind of a curvature, and he's got it marked here. He's going to cut along that line, create a nice rounded shape. I like how the shear has a gear arrangement in there that is multiplying the effort and making it a lot easier to cut.
Well, this center panel actually interleaves with two other side panels, and Ron's going to make a 3/4 inch wide step, and then followed by that we're going to take the Eastwood bead roller. We're going to create a design that will be kind of relieved like a step, like a pattern, and sometimes that could be quite fun. So we'll see what we can come up with here. We're ready to put in the design here, and Ron's got a couple things drawn down here. He's using a straight edge and a large socket to create this pattern that's going to be reproduced with the bead roller.
We're going to be using Eastwood's bead roller, which you can get for about $160 from them. And this is really cool. It's inexpensive, manual crank, and you can do 6 different designs. It actually comes with a series of these mandrels. And you can use bead, or you can do a step, and basically these two mandrels go together, and when you crank it, it squeezes the sheet metal in between and creates that form, and you can tighten, loosen up the amount of bend that you want there. Sometimes you start on a real loose setting and then crank it up and gradually increase the amount of the bend as you go along. So we're going to demonstrate that here for you on our package tray. Once you get this thing set up, you're going to want to make a couple of tests to see how deep you want it and how easy it is to turn. Just makes a really nice bead like that on a step. Since we're starting this raised plateau here in the middle as an island, you kind of have to start out right in the middle of the sheet metal, and then tighten it up, and then begin rolling your shelf. Making the corner is real critical. Ron's done this quite a bit in the past, so it's something you definitely want to experiment with on a piece of scrap before you attempt it for real the first time. And notice how it's going to give it quite a bit of strength and rigidity, just having that little bead there. Coming in on the home stretch here on this plateau. And here's the tricky part where you're going to match where you started with where you finish. You got one chance to get it right. And now it's time to clean it up in preparation for painting it. Boy, that thing looks good. It's going to do some last minute checking on the fit here. Make sure everything is like it's supposed to be.
And we just gave the center section of our package tray a real quick coat of Eastwood chassis black.
And for the side pieces, you're better off making a template out of a piece of cardboard and trial fitting it in there and cutting that template, because otherwise you're just going to mangle the steel when you do that. It's important that you repeat the same depth of your bead every time. So Ron's basically making 3 full turns of the set screw on the top before proceeding with the bend. This is a cleco, and what's cool about a cleco is it's like a rivet, except it will allow you to install and remove and reinstall your work and basically work with it. And show us how that works, Ron. Cool. We got all the panels fabricated now, and it's time to put them in and rivet them to the package tray. You go inside here, we can see that Ron has already started using the rivet gun to replace the clecos. We've got a few beads of silicone down there on the back to hold the panel in place so it doesn't rattle. And we're coming in the home stretch here. The package tray is finished. Man, this thing looks great. We got it all painted up with the Eastwood Extreme Chassis Black paint. We used the bead roller, we used the cutters, we used the clecos. Spent a couple $100 worth on the tools to get it just right, but I tell you what, it really looks good, and can't wait to get it out on the road. All we need now is to get the interior in it, get the carpet in there, and we'll be ready to rock. This is Johnny Hunkins reporting from Outlaw Motorsports, Riverside, California.